Hi, in today's workout, I'm going to be using a step as well as an 8 kilogram kettlebell, though that one is optional. Let's start with diagonal leg swings, which is a quick way to mobilize the hip and activate its surrounding muscles. Practicing balance exercises will improve your brain to foot coordination and work a lot of little muscles in your foot that stabilize the ankle. We're back to doing some plyometrics with depth drops plus jumps. This will improve your landings and your capacity to generate lots of force. Single leg Romanian deadlifts are a great way to strengthen your muscles in the posterior chain. This exercise especially focuses on the hamstrings. In the thighs, they're often weaker than quads, and we're going to try and minimize this muscle imbalance thanks to this exercise. To stretch the groin, we're going to do a side lunge. Try and keep your back straight and move your hips backward as if you were squatting as you side lunge. You can change your form by moving further sideways, lower, or moving your hips forwards again. And do this until you feel a stretch in your hip adductors. The stretch should be uncomfortable but not painful, and we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. We'll finish today's session with a quad stretch on our knees. From a kneeling position, lean backward. If you can, lift up your hips toward the ceiling until you feel a stretch in your quads. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Well done, and I'll see you for tomorrow's exercises. Hi! In today's workout, no equipment is necessary. Pulling our knees to our chest stretches the glute muscles. We're activating our iliopsoas muscle that raises our knee, and we're gently mobilizing the lower spine. For pogo hops, only bend your knee a tiny bit on the rebound. The purpose of this exercise is to get used to quickly generating lots of force. A lot of the exercises I'm including in this course are strengthening muscles that are the cause of injury or bad rehab that I've seen in my practice. The hip adductors are often understrengthened, which is why we're doing the following few exercises. The gluteus medius is another muscle we've seen that's often underdeveloped, just like the soleus and other ankle stabilizing muscles are. Take a deep breath in, reach towards the ceiling, stretch, and breathe out and relax. Big breath in, reach up towards the ceiling, and relax. Inhale and exhale. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Hi, today's workout I'm going to be using a bowl for some balance exercises. If you don't have a bowl at hand, you could use a pillow, something that we're going to be able to pass around our body. During the plank, try not to let your hips move too much to the left or right, but keep them steady. Here's another muscle that's often weak and causes problems. The gluteus medius. It gives you hip stability and allows you to pull your leg outward. We're strengthening it in this exercise. For proper form, keep your body straight through an imaginary line, going from your shoulder blades, through the sacrum, which is the bone in between your bum muscles, and your extended leg's heel. Now push that leg's foot backwards 10 to 15 degrees compared to that line, and also keep your foot parallel to the ground as you lift it up and down. A common compensation is to lean the hip sideways as you lift the leg up. Avoid doing that. Come on, you got this. This balance exercise is a great way to strengthen the muscles surrounding the ankle. I could feel mine burning after 30 seconds. Hi, welcome back to another workout. Today I'll be using a step. Once you're in a glute bridge position, move your feet slightly forward and then elevate them if possible. This will work your hamstrings more and make the exercise a little bit harder. This is a very difficult exercise, and here's what you're mainly working. First, your obliques, which are the two middle layers of your 4 abdominal muscle wall layers, and your gluteus medius in the hip, which helps you raise your leg to the side. This lower limb compound exercise is good for building strength. In this exercise, we'll practice shock absorption with a change of direction. Today's workout, I'm going to be using a chair, but also a step to stretch my calf at the end. You could also use a wall. Let's get to it. Here's how to have proper form while landing a depth drop. Land first at the front of your foot with your knees slightly bent. Keep control over your lower back throughout the landing. By doing this, your joints will effectively spread the load. During these glute bridges, move your feet slightly further away from your body. This will help you recruit your hamstrings more. Whenever you turn on a slope, you'll be recruiting your abs. Let's do some Russian twist to strengthen them now. Lift up your foot and put it against a solid structure, for example a wall. Keep that leg's knee straight and move your body weight forward. Once you feel a good stretch in your calf, hold the pose for 30 seconds. I hope you're enjoying these strengthening videos. See you tomorrow.